Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Papa Mojo's Comedy Corner. My name is Joe, and with me is, of course,
Mama Mo.
And we are here to, so today we're going to do something a little different. Oops, I'm sorry. I put my hand right in front of you. Today we're going to do something, that's the Sicilian in me. Today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to talk about one of our favorite comedians, and we're not going to tell you who he is yet, though. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna give that out at the end. So right now, I'm gonna turn it over to Mama, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about this guy, and or is it a guy? Yeah, it is, and we're gonna go from there. So take it away, Mama.
All right. Well, this comedian was born in Deer Park, New York, November 22nd, 1921. His birth name was Jacob Cohen.
Jakey Cohen.
Jacob Cohen.
Okay.
He legally changed his name to Jack Roy when he was 19 years old. That was his first stage name.
No, let me ask you a quick question, Mama. Was Jack Roy, was there a particular reason why he changed it to Jack Roy?
His father was also, I believe, a vaudeville actor.
Okay.
His name was Philip Roy, went by
Roy.
Phil Roy. And so he wanted to pay tribute to his father, so he took the name Jack Roy. That was actually his legal name for the rest of his life.
Okay.
So he started doing stand-up when he was a teenager to support his desire to be a comedian. He worked at a soda fountain, delivered groceries, and sold ice cream. And then he did comedy in his teens, but he was not very successful.
No.
He
So real quick. So I do know a little bit about this comedian. Most of Papa Mojo's jokes are based on this comedian.
Yeah.
And there was something that I had read, and I don't know if we have it in our notes. We might not. This comedian lived a very not troubled life, kind of. We'll say troubled life. He had a very difficult upbringing. His mom was very distant from him.
Yeah.
She didn't show him really any affection, any type of love that a mom would do with a child.
Right.
And so he sought, that kind of, attachment through other people. And from what I understand, when he was 5 years old, he was unfortunately taken advantage of by somebody in the neighborhood who used to pay him a nickel, 5 cents, to sit on his lap. And this is when he was like 6 years old. Yeah. So very, very hard life. You wonder sometimes, how, you can crawl out of that. But he managed to do it.
He did.
So
He did.
What else do you got there?
Well, after 9 years of struggling, he quit show business. For over a decade, he sold aluminum siding. That's how he supported his family.
Wow.
Yep. He was a siding salesman. So,
Wow.
yeah. In the early 60s, he decided to return to the stage. And if I tell you who he was introduced as, that'll kind of give it away. So,
Well, is there any more you want to tell about him before we switch it over to who he is?
well, he was known for his one-liners.
Okay.
And I won't say his catchphrase because that'll definitely give it away.
So why don't we flash up who this gentleman is?
All
Are you
right.
ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield. So he was given that name after his 10-year hiatus.
Okay.
He decided he was going to give comedy another shot. So he went to the comedy club, and he asked the club owner to introduce him as anything but Jack Roy, because there was such a negative association with that. So
Wow.
the club owner introduced him as Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was a fictional character from the Jack Benny show,
No
the
kidding.
radio program.
And I got to be honest with you. For as much of a fan as Rodney Dangerfield I am, I didn't know that fact.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Sorry. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, he never didn't know the origins of it until later on. He thought the name was a little weird, but he went with it. And it wasn't until later on that he knew really where it came from. But that's how he ended up Rodney Dangerfield.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of great movies Rodney was in later in his life. I know there was, I remember seeing something on the internet one time where he played this one real serious role coming down a stairway, really tough looking and kind of scary looking,
Really?
to be honest with you. But a lot of his, movies, were hysterical. I mean, we can go, let's see now. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Okay, so he was in Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Ladybugs.
Yes.
Let me think.
Easy Money.
Easy Money. Oh my God, one of my favorites. How could I forget that one? Easy Money. And there were a couple other ones. There was one notably, I believe it might have been his last movie where he played, like the lead. And I think that, I don't know the name of it, but he was in some kind of a community where he kept on, people were dying and leaving him their wives. So he wound up with like 5-6 wives or something. I can't think of the name of that offhand, but yeah.
Don't worry, we couldn't get no respect.
Right, no respect. But Rodney did get respect. He was really something, especially on the Johnny Carson show. Now, from what I understand, there was an incident involving Johnny Carson where he apparently one of Rodney Dangerfield's jokes was written into the monologue, I believe, of the Tonight Show, and he was kind of a little upset about it, and I think he confronted either one of the producers or somebody on the show. We're going to kind of have to look that up. That's something I didn't look up because I'm kind of just going off the cuff here. And
but there was a rift between them for a long time.
A very long time over that joke, whatever the joke was. And Johnny Carson had vowed that he would never be on the show.
Well.
And he wasn't on for a long time. And I guess he was going to be performing at this one comedy club where Johnny Carson was going to be. And when he saw Johnny, he walked up to him and he apologized to him for the way he acted and the way he felt about that joke and things. And then the rest is history. He made his debuts on the show, and one of the greatest things was to watch Johnny Carson try to set up the jokes for Rodney, and just sometimes just couldn't keep it together. He was so funny, and he made us all laugh. I remember as a kid, I think I touched on this before, where I would have to ask my mother and father if I could stay up just to watch the Johnny Carson show, to watch Rodney Dangerfield, amongst other things too, and other comedians. But man, was he great. So not if, but when you go to Papa Mojo's Comedy Corner YouTube channel, you're going to see about 135 shorts of one-liners. Most of them I wrote. Most of them are my original material. I would say probably about 130 of them are my original. Right, would you think? About 130. Now, there are some on there that starting to use a new term that somebody once told me, and they said, what you're doing is you're recycling the jokes. Now, how crazy is this? I mentioned Rodney Dangerfield to a kid who was about 27 years old, and he didn't know who he was. So isn't that something?
Yeah.
So he didn't know who Rodney was. Therefore, he's never heard the jokes.
Right.
You know, because there isn't a lot of comedians that, well, they do one-liners, but they, you know, people are afraid to touch, you know, jokes and stuff like that. I'm not. You know, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. 2 reasons why. 1, I think if a joke is funny, it needs to be heard.
Right.
And 2, it's not me telling the joke. It is, but it isn't. It's Papa Mojo. And Papa tells the jokes, and I'll just sit back and laugh. But
Well, and you've said it before too. It's to tell another comedian's joke, recycle it, as you say, is really the greatest compliment.
oh, absolutely. And you want to know something, honey? I got to be honest with you. If somebody takes a couple of my jokes and recycles them or says them in their act or whatever, I would be totally honored to know
Right.
that somebody who first of all had the balls to go up on stage, which I didn't have the balls to do, and to perform the jokes, you know, and one of my favorite ones, I mean, really, I think on the actual YouTube channel, one of the favorite jokes was where Papa Mojo goes, I asked my wife for a kiss, and she threw a piece of chocolate at him, and that was, I don't know, we were outside playing Yahtzee on a warm, it was a warm summer day evening, and we were playing Yahtzee on the porch, and all of a sudden it just came to me, and I quickly wrote it down and you know, created the character to say the joke, and that was it, man.
It's one of our most watched jokes.
It's one of the most watched jokes. So yeah, and there's a couple out there that are pretty funny, pretty good. I didn't think I still had it in me, but I did. So, but anyway, yep, that's our comedian, Mr. Rodney Dangerfield. We, you know, like I said, think the world of this guy. He made me laugh many times. I mean, many times. And you know, so you gotta try to find humor, like I always say. I'm sorry, I'm learning the YOLO box, so I'm trying to look down and press the right button. But like I always say, if you can find just an ounce of humor in something, you know, try to find it. It's not bad to look for it and put a smile on your face, and you know, and take it from there. So, what else would you like to talk about?
He really was a comedian right to the end. I mean, his gravestone reads, "There goes the neighborhood."
Man, you know,
which is actually a line you can hear him saying.
I could hear him saying it.
know?
There goes the neighborhood. You know, however he spoke. I can't speak like Rodney, but no respect. Another one of my favorite jokes of his was, you know, he told this on the Johnny Carson show. He goes, his famous doctor was Dr. Vinnie Boom Botts. And he says, he goes, my doctor, he had it rough last week. He had 6 cases of VD in the office. He says, he's all right now, but you know, it was pretty rough for him back then. And you know, and it's like it was just, you just didn't expect that, you know, and those are the types of one-liner jokes that I thought were really good. And then today, her and I actually had to go for blood work, and we were sitting waiting for the lab to open, and I put on Rappin' Rodney was his.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before.
She never heard it before, and it just brought back so many memories. Man, I was laughing my ass off. It was funny. If you guys get a chance, go, 2 things. One, pull up Rappin' Rodney and take a listen to it. I think you'll find it's a pretty funny. I won't say it's a song. It's him just performing his routine through music. Mm-hmm. Funny. Then the other thing is, I think we're going to have to look it up. Maybe you guys can look it up. I know she said that he sold aluminum siding door to door. Wouldn't it be wild for somebody to find a receipt or something that came with their house that either has, you know,
it would have been under Jack Roy.
It would have been under Jack Roy because that's when
he didn't really go by Jacob Cohen.
Right. So if you've got a receipt for aluminum siding, probably in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the early 60s when he returned to comedy.
Okay.
And was dubbed Rodney Dangerfield. So, yeah.
Okay, so he would have been selling aluminum siding door to door in the 50s,
probably
late
mid to late
50s.
50s.
Okay, so and look through house paperwork and see if you've got a receipt for siding from Jack Roy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wild? Oh my God! Message me or I through Papa Mojo and I think or the original House of G, and we do have a new email address. It's Papa Mojo's Comedy Corner at gmail.com. And you have to put it all in one word, and you have to not Mojo, Mojo's. Got to put that S in there. So Papa Mojo's Comedy Corner at gmail.com. Be nice, everybody. We're still figuring a lot of this stuff out, but we have a lot of fun, and sometimes her and I'll be sitting upstairs, and we're in the basement, we're in our studio downstairs, and we're watching television or something. We've been watching a lot of the old, I would say westerns. Right? What do we call them? Bat Masterson. What's the other one?
Oh, Tales of Wells Fargo.
Oh, Tales of Wells Fargo. Great show. And to watch how brutal it was, I mean, man, it was just like, you can look at it and it's funny, but man, those guys were brutal in some of the stuff that you got taken out over. Yeah. I mean, just unbelievable. But so we've been watching shows and we'll watch commercials, and I think we came across one today about. So as everybody knows, the penny is no longer going to be minted. They're going to stop minting the penny.
Because it costs 2 cents to make a penny.
Yeah, and so they're going to stop making them, which makes, well, pardon the pun, sense. But so now they've got these commercials where they're selling pennies. They're selling rolls of pennies.
Uncirculated.
Uncirculated.
Denver and Philadelphia minted pennies.
Right, and what did they say that you're going to live with some type of regret
if you don't order them?
Don't order those pennies. What kind of shit is that? What kind of a guilt trip?
A 50-cent roll. I think they're selling them for. I think it's $20 for the set.
Oh my God! So
you're getting $1 worth of pennies for $20, but they're brand new, shiny, uncirculated.
Who gives
and a certificate?
A shit?
You get a certificate too.
Oh, great! You get the certificate of authenticity. Who gives a shit? But I mean, is this going to be the greatest regret of your life? Okay. You know what mine is? I should have went to the doctor sooner when I was feeling sick back in the day, and maybe I wouldn't have all the crap that's wrong with me now. Those are the things you need to be regretful about, not whether or not you bought some pennies.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny the way they put it. But these are the things we look at and we find humor in, man, all the time. It's crazy. It's crazy. Plus, we like watching humor too. Like we watch a lot of YouTube videos of the guys who are their First Amendment auditors, and it cracks me up to see people's reaction to a camera.
Right.
It's unbelievable, and I'm thinking to myself, and a lot of these guys.
That's a camera with a person behind it.
Yes. If it's on a building recording you, you don't care as much. But because there's somebody standing...
Nobody notices those.
Nobody notices it. Yeah, but because somebody's standing behind it, it's very upsetting to people. And, I get it. Some people are upset, but I think about their life, and I think about what happened to that little boy that was 6 years old, maybe kicking a can down the street or getting together with his friends and playing, baseball or football or something, this carefree kid who grows up to be unbelievably shocked that there's somebody with a camera in front of them and the way they act, it's funny. It's funny, but I feel bad for them too, because it's got to be a tough existence to get upset about something like that. But, oh well, to each their own. Again, if I saw one of those guys at our local post office, I'd probably engage with them and have a lot of laughs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But hey, this was a good little show tonight. We got some information out there. So we are definitely testing the audio. This was a huge problem. I think the first one we dropped, we definitely had a problem with sound. It was working out okay when we were playing it through our set, our television, and it kind of worked out okay when we were playing it on our phone. But when I was listening to it on Spotify, the static and the low volume was horrendous. I mean, then I had a friend of mine call me up. He says, "Hey," he goes, "I was listening to the podcast. I couldn't hear it." I says, "Well, these are adjustments that, we're having to do and on the soundboard. We still have this. That's for you, Rodney. And we have so that's working. We got that going good. We got so we're using a YOLO Box Ultra as our video. What would you say? Video
center.
Yeah,
Kind of like the heartbeat of everything.
Yeah, the hub. Let's put it that way.
Hub,
It's the hub.
That's a good way to put it.
Right, and so we're using that. I'm still learning a lot of that with audio and stuff. Now I have an iPad connected, which is what you're seeing Rodney on, and I wanted to play. Papa Mojo, one of his jokes, just to throw it into the show, and I couldn't get the volume out of it. No matter what I tried, no matter what I did. And the worst part of it all is on the testing that I did earlier, it worked just fine. So this is all going to be trial and error, learning. Hey, stick with us. We did. Oh, another thing we learned what to do. We know how now to have a remote guest come on. Right. So that's going to be huge. We're hoping that we can get some guests to appear on our show, on our podcast. And even if it's just local comedians, showing us what they're doing, or guys or gals who are coming through the circuit, and stopping at our local comedy club here. Maybe we can get them to, remote view in, and they can tell us a little bit about their journey into, into comedy, and if they experienced like the fears, that I had, when I was, thinking about going into comedy. Yeah. So, that would be really nice to have that. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot, but I'm trying to get a lot of information in. But thank you, Mama, for doing that research and getting it all.
It's neat to find out little tidbits that you didn't know. Right,
and again, I did not know that the name came from the name Rodney Dangerfield came from the Jack Benny show. That's something I don't think it was ever talked about. To be honest with you, I don't remember. And I think it was the whole idea about him, what happened to him when he was a child. That came out, I believe, I think it was on the Howard Stern show.
Really?
Yeah, where he had mentioned what had happened to him. So, a lot. I know. The other serious, kind of strange movie that he was in was Natural Born Killers.
Oh, I did read that.
Yeah, he was in that movie. I'm sorry, I wanted to pop that in there. I think he played a really weird character in there. And there was another one, Little Nicky, where Adam
Sandler.
Adam Sandler. What was the name of that movie? Was it Little Nicky?
It
was Little Nicky. Yeah, and he played the devil.
Yep.
That's right. And that was a great show, great movie. I would. So our hope, is that when we build this channel up, and I mean, I really want to build it up, and I'm talking, let's get subscriptions in here. We need subs, because if we're gonna showcase a comedian, I want to show them that it's worth their while to come on with us, because we're gonna have an audience that's gonna watch this and watch them tell their story. And also, I would love to have, you ready? I would love to have an Adam Sandler come on here. I would. You ready for this one? I would love to have Joe Rogan come on here. Okay, and Joe Rogan's been known to help comedians out and help people out. So maybe we can get him on here. Maybe we can get a voice out and get. There are just a ton of comedians out there that, we would love to banter with and just shoot the shit with and and have a good time. And that's what this channel is all about. Again, Papa Mojo will still be performing shorts. That's not going to change.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. This is so Papa Mojo was the segue into this podcast. We had always planned, once we started the channel and said, okay, we're going to get Papa to tell the jokes, we'd always planned on doing this podcast. So we're up to 612 subscribers on the channel, which, thank you. Thank you from both of us, Mama.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
We stalled out for a little bit, but we're back on the move.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I think it was 3 days ago, we were at 533, and all of a sudden we just shot up to 611, 612. So we want to say thank you, but you got to like, you got to subscribe, comment if you feel you want to comment. Please, like I said, be nice to us. We're not, criticism is, but criticism is criticism. I get it, but you don't have to be mean about it, because that's not what we're about. And we don't condone that. We're not going to condone that on this channel by even comedians coming on here. We're not going to condone any type of, hurtful content. That's just not going to happen. That's not who we are. And you know what it is? And we talked about it tonight. My sister turned 70 years old, and so it was her birthday, and we had a nice little party for her. And one of the things I vowed was, we are not going to get old. That's just not going to happen. I'm 62, and a lot of people don't believe that, but yeah, I am. And we're not going to get old.
At least I got to act our age.
Well, we're going to somewhat act our age, but, and we just don't believe in that. It's not our niche, I think they use the word niche now. I don't get it. When I was a kid growing up, you had a niche. And so we're like you. We are like you. We're just average. We're just two average people, who decided to throw a podcast together and have some fun and have some laughs. Now, I'm slouched down in this chair. I'm taller than Mama here, but I am shrinking down in this chair. My lower back is killing me. I think we're going to have to call it for tonight. What do you think, Mama?
Sounds good.
Hey, listen, everybody. Thank you for... sorry about that. A little cough here. Thank you for joining us tonight in honoring this guy who has, in my era, has brought us so much joy and so much humor and so much laughter. And we can't thank Rodney. Rodney, we're hopefully you're there with the angels, and you're sitting there in heaven, and you're getting your respect.
And if you're not familiar with Rodney Dangerfield, look him up.
Oh, absolutely.
Watch a little bit of his comedy, maybe one of his movies.
Yeah.
It won't be hard to figure out why he was well liked.
Yeah. Oh, and definitely. And and the other thing is, I would say this: watch the mannerisms, watch his face, watch the expressions, and then go back when you're watching Papa Mojo and watch his expressions and watch his face. It is the scariest thing, that he has the same type of emotion when he tells those one-liner jokes. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, on this note, we're going to say peace, peace, God bless, thank you, and thank you to all the new subscribers. And we are definitely going to catch you on the next one. Good night.
Good night, everybody.